Dieses Video wird ermöglicht durch eure Einkäufe in der Spielebude, sowohl vor Ort als auch in unserem Webshop, sowie durch euren Support über unser Ticketsystem und Patreon. Herzlichen Dank dafür und jetzt viel Spaß!
Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einem neuen Video aus der Spielebude. Heute aber mit einem ganz besonderen Video, denn wir spielen nicht eins der euch bekannten Systeme, sondern wir haben großartige Leute von Bellum da, die uns das Spiel Conquest einmal nahebringen wollen. Was ganz wichtig ist bei diesem Video, wir werden das Video auf Englisch drehen. We're playing in English. Und ich werde versuchen, das Ganze unten mit Subtexten zu machen. Sollte ich das total verholzen, werden wir das irgendwie vielleicht mit Voice-Over oder so regeln. Was im Endeffekt dabei rumkommt, das seht ihr dann gleich. You brought us some starter armies.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah?
Thank you for having us here.
We're happy to have you here.
Yeah, so I brought you a starter set, essentially, and then also the Marksman and the Steel Legion.
Okay.
So all that is what we use to show the game and play a nice meaty battle.
Okay, wonderful. And the miniatures you and Stefan play today with, are these miniatures all in the starter box, or are there some add-ons?
There are two add-ons. So everything except for the Steel Legion and the Marksman clones, everything else is in the box.
Okay. That's
so the big monster, the Abomination, the big block of force-grown drones, the big regiment of men-at-arms, everything you can find in there.
Okay, that's great. And we'll show the painted miniatures after this video and after the game. And we can show that the new models have a lot more crispy details than the first one, so that everyone who sees this video can see and can be convinced that the new range has a lot more.
There's a lot of stuff, and we get to do a lot more really cool stuff that come out. So a lot of detail, a lot of nice plastic. We're very happy about how things are coming.
Yeah, wonderful. Also, ihr habt es gerade gehört, falls es mit dem Text nicht geklappt hat, fasse ich es kurz zusammen. Es wird die Starterbox gespielt mit ein paar kleinen Add-ons, die mit dabei sind. Außerdem werden viele der neuen Miniaturen von Conquest auch noch mitgezeigt, da gerade die neue Range an Detailgraden ordentlich zugelegt hat, da ich sag mal so, der erste Aufschlag relativ zwiegespalten mitgenommen wurde, wollen die Jungs gerne zeigen, bis jetzt das neue Plastik alles kann bei denen, und gerade auf die neuen Miniaturen sind sie da sehr stolz. Um das Ganze so ein bisschen auch dann mitzulenken, wie gesagt, wird gleich der Stefan, der sitzt gerade noch da vorne und darf sich ein bisschen ausruhen, denn er hat gerade erfahren, heute gibt es Überstunden. Wird er spielen, ich werde die Handycam dann dabei haben und ihr werdet da vorne dann eine feste Kamera noch mit dabei haben. Außerdem wird das Spiel erklärt, wie sind die Abläufe, wie funktioniert das Ganze. Und jetzt würde ich sagen, wünschen wir euch viel Spaß bei Conquest von Bellum.
I couldn't say it better.
So, this is the table you're playing on today. And you've brought several different units. Okay.
Okay, so to see a little bit what we have. So we have the Crossermen, right, long range shooting. We have the Men-at-Arms. We have the Great Steel Legion. These guys are pretty good in combat, right? With his Zweihander and everything. We have the Force-Grown Drones, the Abomination, the Marksman clones, and then for reinforcements you have the Household Knights, and I have the Brute Drones. So with this, we're gonna play an entry battle. We're gonna play for 3 turns. Your goal is to kill the Abomination. My goal is to keep it alive for 3 turns, or kill the humans. Usually that's a lot of fun, right? So that I might be going for that today. We'll see.
Okay.
Okay. So a few things about Conquest first. Now, when we play Conquest, nothing starts on the table. No deployment. What happens is that the light units come into the table first. They fight over objectives and so on. And they open the way for the medium and heavy units to come in. We're going to see how later. For now, we assume that the game starts on the 4th turn, just to start the battle a little faster, right? And this is why we are where we are right now. Okay, so I'll explain to you the rules as we go. And what I would like from you is that you see these cards, right? That for every regiment.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to pick these cards up, including the ones in reserve. So we take all of our cards. Right, and what I would like you to do is I would like you to make a deck with that. We call this the command deck, the command stack. Right, so essentially the card that is on top will play first. So for example, if I would like to have my drones play first, then I would put them on the top. If I would like my abomination to go second, I would put them here, and so on. Right?
Okay.
So let's see what I do. Then
You ready?
I'm done, yeah.
Yeah, you're done. Okay.
I have my sinister plan already. So once we lock the order of activation, we're about to begin the game. We will roll off to see who plays first. Now, important, low is good, so you want low.
Okay.
Let's see.
Lows, rolling lows where I'm good at.
Oh yeah,
That's a one. Okay.
The king of wands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rules the game.
All right. I see. So, since you're playing first, you're gonna be drawing your first card.
Okay, it's the
Perfect.
crossbowman.
That's the crossman. So we go ahead and you can activate your crossman regiment. Now, instead of me telling you all the different rules and so on, tell me what you think, what you want to do, and I'll help you do it.
Well, actually, I guess they have about 20-inch range, if I see this right.
Tell me your plan. I'll tell you.
I would like to shoot on the abomination.
That's a pretty solid plan. maybe you'd like not to. I like if I lose, they fire me. So I don't know how I got. I don't think we can have that, can we? Okay, so a few things. The first thing we do, you spotted it very well. You'll notice that it says barrage 1. That means they shoot one shot per crossbowman, and then it says 20 inches. That's your maximum range. Right? There's pre-measurement, so we can measure at any point.
Yeah.
And let's see. So we are 12 inches away, right? We measure from the closest point of every stand.
Okay.
So we know that you're within range, but there's a choice you can make here. You see, 20 inches is your maximum range. It's not your effective range. Your effective range is half that. So if 20 inches is your maximum, 10 inches is your effective. What happens is that if you fire within 10, you fire all of your shots. In this case, that would be 12. If you fire over half range, then you only shoot half of your shots. In this case, this will be 6. Now, like we said, you get 2 actions. So here, you can choose to either move forward and fire all of your shots, but at the risk, of other regiments coming for you.
Yeah.
Or you can stay where you are, aim as a first action. That makes you more accurate, but only shoot half of your shots. What would you like to do?
Well, I would like to aim and then shoot half of my shot.
All right, so first action, aim. We called it. Perfect. We'll see how that works. Now, if you want to shoot, you only fire half of your shot, so that's 6. So let's get you the dice. You already have 1 there, and plus 3. 6, there you go.
Thank you.
Now you'll notice on your card that you have a stat that says V, right? V stands for volley. That's how accurate you are. So what you want to do in this game, and that's the rule pretty much for everything in Conquest, that you want to roll equal or less than the characteristic. So if V is 2, you want 1s and 2s. Because you aimed, you get a +1. So now your volley is 3. So you need to roll 1, 2s, and 3s.
Sounds good.
Let's see.
Okay.
Okay, that's 3 hits. Nice. All right, so now we go straight to defense, right? I have a defense of 3. However, you have armor piercing 1. That means that through range attacks, you reduce my defense by 1.
Okay.
So let's see. I want 1s and 2s. Let's see how good I am at rolling low. That is
pretty good.
Nice.
2 saves and 1 wound, right? I'm gonna mark it with a dice right there.
How much wound does this big thing have?
10.
Okay.
But you're
That's
gonna,
quite a lot still.
you'll see that in Conquest the wounds come and go pretty quickly. So.
Okay.
Okay.
So you'll see. Now, usually what happens in melee, you'll see that you take extra wounds from for every wound you might take extra wounds, right? But that's only that happens in melee. That doesn't happen in shooting.
Okay.
Okay, so since you've taken your 2 actions, now it's my turn. I'm gonna draw my first card, and they would be the force-grown drones. So here I have a few choices to make. Now I know that your Steel Legion are very good, maybe because I've played the game before. but so I know that I don't want the Steel Legion be charging my Abomination.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be dead within a charge. So I have a few options here. The first thing I'd like to do, I'd like to pre-measure the range to see how far we are. And we are about a little over, actually we're 9 inches away. Here, I have 2 options. My one option is to charge and then attack you. Charge is a different action than attacking, right? These are two separate things. If I wanted to charge you, you'll notice that my M characteristic, which is March, how far I can move, is 5.
Yeah.
I would need to roll a die, and whatever I roll, I would add it to my March. So if I rolled enough, let's say in this case we're 9 inches away, so I need a 4, 5, or a 6.
Yeah.
If I make the distance, then I'm good. I come in contact with you and we fight, right? However, if I fail it, I only move as far as I rolled, and that's the end of my turn.
But you have to move as far as you
that's
roll.
right.
Okay.
But only what the dice says, not the dice plus my movement. So if I roll a 2, I only go 2. So, but the thing is here, if I fail the charge, then you might charge the Abomination and I'm not going to like it. So what I'm going to try and do here, let's see, is this. I want to make sure that I engage your regiment, right?
Yeah.
And I know these guys are pretty disposable. Like their name is drones. So I mean, you can tell they're not here to be the best unit. All right. So as a first action, I'm gonna march my regiment 5 inches, like so. Right. That is my first action.
Yeah.
As a second action, I see that now we are 7 inches apart. And I'm going to try and charge you.
Yeah.
I roll a 3. That's
well.
enough. And I can come into contact. Now, as long as I make the distance, it doesn't matter how far these tanks move, the entire regiment moves.
Okay.
Here what happens though. I have 2 actions. I use my first action to move and my second action to charge. That means I cannot attack you.
Okay.
Because attack is a separate action.
Yeah.
What I tried to do is that I blocked you from charging the Abomination. I'm gonna get a lot of beating back, but sometimes you have to take a beating. What can you do?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and place my card behind my regiment to remember that I played it, and that was my 2 actions. It's your turn.
Okay. The Steel
Legion. Oh, I knew I knew what's gonna happen there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm guessing these guys are not very happy. So what would you like to do? Perhaps not attack me and...
Well, is there something like aiming in close combat?
That's right, yes. There is the only thing, for example, you will not be able to attack twice. But what you can do is as a first action, you can use 1 action to inspire. Essentially, you get the same exact aiming bonus, but in close combat.
Yeah.
So if, for example, these guys have a class of 3, you cannot see it there because that's actually something we were talking before.
I want to say this short. The cards have a QR code which you can scan in the app. Mm-hmm. It's soon going to be an application. Right now it's on their site. Mm-hmm. I guess we're going to link it in the description. Yeah. There you can scan the QR code and then you get the complete stat line of this unit.
That's very important because that way you can always have the most updated rules for your regiment, and if something changes you don't have to change your card. So we've seen that it worked great and we wanted to do it. Anyways, so perhaps because I've played the game quite a few times, your class is 3, right? Which means that I would normally need a 1, 2, or 3 to hit.
Yeah.
Right? But now if you inspire, you would need a 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right. So now we see that all of your stands are engaged, right? So you can tell stand is engaged when it's in contact with an enemy stand, even if it's diagonal. And so everybody can fight. So 12 attacks.
Okay.
Here it doesn't. You only care about the stance. This is 1 rank,
Yeah.
right? And for example, I have 2 ranks, not 4.
Would the second rank be able to attack?
They would only be able to support.
Okay.
That's a good question because probably there's not going to be a second rank after. So that's a good point. All right, so you need 12 dice. That's 4, 8, and another 4, 12.
Thank you.
All right, so
So, force or lower?
4 and under. That's right. That is a lot of pain.
Ooh. Only 2 misses.
Well, this...
Oh, the 4 is a hit.
Oh, yeah.
Only
This
2
is
misses.
the first time I'm happy to roll low.
I think this is your game. You're
Yeah.
always rolling.
That was a whole lot of pain. So let me tell you this. You see how my defense is 1,
Yeah.
right? And I also have a sealed special rule. That gives me +1 defense for all the hits I take from the front.
Yeah.
However, you have cleave 2, and as you might guess, that reduces my defense by 2.
Yeah.
So my drones might not be too happy about this. That means I don't even get to save. 10 drones are out. It gets worse for me though, because remember what I told you before, that sometimes in combat you can take more wounds.
Yeah.
What happens is that in Conquest, a regiment will not run away, but soldiers will start running away. So for every wound that I take, and I took 10, may I have the dice? I roll a resolve test for
Yeah.
every wound that I've taken. My resolve R is 1, because I have a large regiment. That means over 3 stands, I get a +1 bonus.
Okay.
So now my resolve is 2. I roll the dice, 1 for every wound that I've taken. Every roll of 1 or 2, which is not a single
Everything?
one, yeah, would be success. However, every roll of 3 and up means that 1 extra wound is taken. So that means I lose 10 more wounds, and I will cry in a corner somewhere. Okay, so actually there are a lot of rules that are going on right now. A cool rule here is exactly, we want to show how, soldiers run away when they start taking a lot of damage.
Yeah.
The thing is here that, see how I started with 6 stands, and after results were applied, I went down to 3 for a minute, right? That means that I lost half of my stands,
Yeah.
and that made me broken. Emotionally, as much as force-wise, but I'm broken, and that means that next turn I would have to spend an action to rally. Now, when I'm broken, if I get broken again, and this is exactly what you did,
Yeah.
then I'm shattered, and everyone runs away.
Well, that sounds pretty good to me.
A tear rolled down the drone's eyes. May they rest in peace. And yeah, so that was a very successful turn.
Yeah.
And that was your 2 actions. Maybe the abomination needs to start running away at some point. And that will be my next activation.
One question. If this happens to a unit that hasn't been activated and is still in your card pile.
If for example, my next card
Yeah.
would be the drones, then I would draw the card,
Yeah.
I would discard it, and then I would draw my next one.
Okay. So you don't have to skip.
Yeah, I don't have to look through my deck. I don't
Yeah.
have to do anything. The moment I draw the card,
Yeah.
I just discard it.
Okay.
All right. So my next card is the Abomination. Now the Abomination saw its friends dying, but the good news is at least that it didn't take the charge. So that would have been awkward for a first game,
Yeah.
right? So what I'll try and do is that I know that the Men-at-Arms have not played yet, right?
Yeah.
And they're probably next. So what I'm thinking here, first of all, I don't want to be close to the Steel Legion,
Yeah.
right? That makes sense. But because of the Abomination being very strong, what I could do, since the Steel Legion have already played, I might try and charge them.
Okay.
Let's hope. I sound a lot more confident than I am at this moment. Okay, so we are 11 inches away.
Wow.
I have a march of 10,
Yeah.
which means that even if I roll a 1, I can still make it.
Yeah.
This is a game for once, man, I'm telling you. So I'm charging here. I have to make sure that I engage as many stands as possible.
Yeah.
Right? So I have to be corner to corner with as many as I can. Okay, so a bunch of rules now that are coming down. The first thing is you can notice the Abomination is a little bit larger than the Steel Legion, right? Which means that when I attack, when I charge actually, during the charge action, I get to do impact.
Yeah.
So you'll notice that I have an attacks characteristic of 10. Half of that is my impact.
Okay.
So I'll take 5 dice. I notice that my class is 2, so I want 1s and 2s.
Okay.
Okay, so just 1. That's fine. This is just impact attacks.
Yeah.
So you get 1 hit and you have a defense of 3. You need 3s or lower.
Okay. There's no piercing or something?
During the actual attacks, you'll see.
Okay.
We're not yet to the attacks. So that's 3. Fine. No problem. Now, as a second action, I'm going to do my actual attacks.
Yeah.
Which is 10.
Yeah.
Because I successfully charged, I get the inspiration bonus automatically. Remember?
Okay.
Pretty much what you did. So my class of 2 now becomes 3.
Yeah.
So I need 3s and under. Not a lot, but good news. How many 5s did I roll? I just, for a minute, I just realized. The good news for me is that you'll notice I have the flurry special roll. That means I get to re-roll it.
Okay.
Thank goodness. So that's a lot. That's
quite a lot.
That's
Only
a lot.
1 miss.
That's a lot better. All right, now you have a defense of 3. I have a cleave of 1, so I drop your defense
to
to 2. So 1s and 2s.
Okay.
Let's see.
Not
That's
bad.
It's probably
4
gonna-
guys dying.
It's probably gonna die. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and remove
yeah.
a
I'm gonna
stand.
take those off.
And now you have to take 4 resolve tests. However, you have a resolve of 3,
Yeah.
and the Abomination is terrifying. Literally, it says in the card.
Yeah.
So that means you get a -1 to your resolve.
Okay.
So now your resolve is 2. Sorry. So 1s and 2s.
2s and 1s again. No.
None!
And 4 more run away from the mighty Abomination. And exactly because you lost half of your stance, now the regiment is broken. So next time they play, they will have to spend an action to rally.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll get to that when it's time.
Okay.
Does the standard here has any meaning? Like they have
In
no bravery?
so in the game,
Yeah.
in the demo, we don't include
Okay.
the leader or
Yeah.
standard. We just put it because it's really pretty.
Okay. Yeah.
But in the actual game, the standard allows you to re-roll your charge,
Whoa.
and the leader helps you reforming when in combat.
Yeah.
So it's actually they're pretty useful.
Okay.
All right, so you can go ahead and draw your next card, which is the Knights. All right, okay. I didn't see that coming.
Reinforcements incoming.
So the first thing we have to do, right, is to bring reinforcements. Is we have to do where our reinforcement line is.
Yeah.
Usually, this is something we do at the beginning of each turn. But now, for the sake of the demo, we just leave it for whenever it comes up.
Okay.
So what I want you to tell me, I want you to find which one is your foremost regiment. A foremost regiment is the one that is closest to my table edge.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Well, I guess.
So that's
this one.
probably the actually it's the Steel Legion because you see their back has moved the most. They're further up.
Ah, yeah.
They have covered. Yeah, we want to check their back. So they have actually covered the most distance.
Yeah.
So imagine we draw a line that is parallel to your own table edge. Let's say that would be, for matters of simplicity, from here to, let's say, here. Is that correct? Yeah, about there.
Yeah.
And that means that your knights will move onto the table either from your own table edge or from the sides up to here. So for example, if you wanted to see how far they would go, you're measuring from the edge of the table as if they were just there.
Yeah.
So tell me where you would like to bring them.
I would like to
And
get them in from here.
And keep in mind, you cannot charge the turn you come in.
Yeah, that's okay, I guess. I just have one question to the movement. Like, am I forced to move them straight forward, or can I also move them like this?
You can move them, you can wheel and move them in any way you like.
Okay.
You treat it exactly as if they were on the table, only you measure the distance from the side. So for example, if your regiment is right here in the very corner,
Yeah.
for example, and you want to turn, you would measure from the side that is moving the most, and they would come here.
Okay.
So you can march twice if you want, and these guys have a march of 8. So you have 8 plus 8, 16. There's a lot of movement.
You give me a second.
Mhm.
I guess I'm gonna bring them in from here. Yeah. They can charge anyway, so
Yeah.
it's not bringing me
Yeah,
that much further to go.
You can bring them
from here.
You can bring them about here, for example, and if the Steel Legion die, then you can charge me back,
Yeah.
or you can if you come here, you can see my side. You can draw some line of sight, so you can come in like this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff you can do, and you have plenty of movement, so don't worry about it.
So.
When you move, does the whole formation be able to move, or can you just measure from here, 16 inches here, and then place them here?
For example, if you want to move a regiment,
Yeah.
you want to make sure that you measure from the stand that is moving the most. So if I want to go that way, I wouldn't march like this. I would have to march like this.
Okay.
To make sure that I move march 5
Yeah.
and not more than
Okay.
Okay. So they could move like 16 inches until here, for example.
that. That's right.
But would I like have to put them like this, or can I also put them like this then, for example?
If you have right now the way you're putting it, you'll be fine, because this stand that is moving the most is well within its movement. You good?
Okay, like this it would still be
Yeah,
fine?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I need to place the rest over here.
No,
No,
they...
not over here. No.
Yeah, from the other side.
Oh. Yeah, from this side.
Okay.
Because the models here would have been moved more than 16 inches. So you put
Yeah,
the,
but like I put it the last one
okay.
as the first one now.
So
And the other
range
two
from
stood
here to
on
here
the left side of it.
needs to be.
You had enough. Yeah, you had enough
Yeah.
to come in like this. Let me help you out. You were good to come in like this.
Okay.
You had enough. You have enough.
Yeah.
movement.
That's nice, yeah.
Okay.
Also, it's important to remember you can move through your own units if you want to. You
Ah,
can
that's
charge.
nice.
You can charge through your own units.
Yeah.
But if you fail to charge and land on your own regiment, then they become broken. So that's
Okay.
there's a lot of
Yeah.
a lot of bad things. I've made people cry accidentally like this, so don't get started with that. Okay, so that will be your 2 actions.
Yes.
That's my next turn. So that's it. Marksman clones. All right, so I'm expecting a charge from the men at arms.
Yeah.
So let's see. Can I have the measure tape, please?
Yeah, of course.
So these guys have 28 inches range, so they can fire pretty far away. Now, what I want to see is that, yes, they are within range, but my effective range is 14, and you're not within that.
Yeah.
I want to see, though, that I'm not even within 19, so even if I moved, I wouldn't be able to do a lot of damage. So what I'm thinking of doing is that I'm thinking of going 5 inches forward, like so, and firing everything I can at the Corsomen. So these stands are within effective range, so that
Yeah.
would be these would fire as normal, but this one is long range, so they will only fire half shots.
Yeah.
The thing about these guys is that they have a bars of 2.
Yeah.
They're elite, an elite shooting unit, so they fire 8, 16 plus 4, 20 shots. So let's see what happens. 4, 8, 10, 12, 14, 18, 20. Alright, so I have a volley of 2, so 1s and 2s.
Yeah.
That's a lot of 2s. And a lot of 5s and 6s. What am I doing here? What is this?
No rerolls this time.
No, they don't get anything. They just shoot a lot of dice. They just throw a lot of dice and hope some land. Alright, so you have seven saves that you have a defense of 1, so you won once.
Okay, let's
see.
go.
That's
There's one
one
at
save,
least.
and 6 guys are out. No extra resolves from shooting, just you have 6 guys out.
So, but half the unit is gone now?
No, it's not, because you care about the stance, not the miniatures.
Okay,
So you're now broken, you're still good.
okay.
Alright, so now this will be your next card.
Wasn't there a thing like...
For extra wounds.
Yeah, it's just in close combat, yeah.
That's right.
Okay. Okay, my last card.
That's the Man at
Man at
Arms.
Arms.
Alright, so
So, for charge, I will have to measure from...
for charge you only care about the closest.
Okay, then I would like them to charge. 4 inches.
You're good. Even
9.
even if you rolled the 1, you could still make it. Alright, so before you ask me about the stands that are on the back, so we can see how that works. Now you see that the first rank, the first 3 stands are all engaged.
Yeah.
And that is because they're in base contact. The 3 stands on the back, they're unengaged because they are not directly in contact.
Yeah.
So the first 3 stands, everyone fights. How many attacks do you have per man at arm?
1.
1, so that is 12. And the ones on the back only support with 1 attack per stand. So 12, 13, 14, 15.
Still 15 attacks.
Yeah, that's a lot. Alright, so what do you need to roll?
I get to roll on 6s. Ones. Excuse me.
You have a clash of 2.
Yeah, yeah.
So that 1s and 2s.
1s and 2s.
And because you charged, you get a free inspiration bonus.
Yeah.
So 1, 2s, and 3s.
That sounds pretty good
That is
to me. Oh.
Oh, so many 6s.
Oh, someone joined
4.
the 6 club.
Okay, that's 7.
That's 7, alright, so 7. Now I have a defense of 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here goes.
Wow.
Only
that's
2. The Abomination does this every day. Doesn't care.
But you have 7 rolls that...
I have 2 resolve now.
Ah, okay.
Because I've only
the
taken 2
only
wounds.
for the wounds.
That's right.
Okay, yeah.
So since I've taken 2 wounds, I have a resolve of 4. I took 1. I mean, it saved a lot, but it was
already.
it became a little upset. It didn't just go over it. All right, so now it's time for me to bring my brood drones.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what to do with them.
Yeah.
It's them. So I would have to do the same thing. My foremost regiment is the Abomination, but the thing is, the difference now is that if I was to draw the line behind it, which would be about here, you'll notice that your men-at-arms are crossing that line.
Yeah.
So that means that I would have to disregard the regiment and move to the next.
Okay.
So it's pretty good that you charged me, because now that means you pushed my line of reinforcement back. It's pretty good and masterful play. So because this situation, it has to be addressed here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run as fast as I can up to here. I have a march of 6, so twice that, that's 12. So let's get the dead bodies out of the way. I mean, they're drones, but they have feelings. You didn't have to kill all of them.
Well, but like this, it was the easiest, I guess.
I know, right? Okay, so I'm gonna bring them about here. How far are we? Quite far. Let's hope that next turn I'll be able to charge. Let's hope. Alright, so that was all of my cards, and that was all of yours.
Yeah.
So that's the end of turn 1. We take all of our cards and we make our decks again.
Okay.
Now keep in mind though, we're gonna roll again for who goes first.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. My evil plan. Okay, so let's see my evil plan. Actually, these are not in my evil plan because they're dead. So that would be an interesting plan. Alright, so I'm gonna do this.
Alright, now I see the cards from the back, I got a question to this.
Mhm.
If you like play it in an organized play or tournament, do you have to use sleeves?
We use sleeves, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, I think you have to roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to
Okay.
roll. And actually, part of our organized play kit, there are sleeves in our organized play kit.
Oh,
That's
nice.
great.
It's like they have like full Conquest art. They're pretty neat. Okay, so I play first.
Yeah.
That's an interesting development. And what I'm gonna do is that I will play my Abomination.
Oh, what a surprise.
I know, right? And as a first action, I will Inspire,
Yeah.
and I will attack the Men at Arms.
Okay.
Now my plan is that if I kill the Steel Legion, you're gonna charge me with the Knights, and the way they are right now, you would have to come a little bit here
Yeah.
to see the flank. So hopefully, I will do a lot of damage to the Men at Arms.
Is the facing of the miniature of an importance?
Everything it is, but
Yeah.
everything that has a single stand
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Ah, okay.
If you like overkill them though, they're all gone. Just to keep that in mind, because my knights could charge around
You
here.
can still move here and charge,
Yeah.
and you would do they have pretty cool impact attacks.
Okay.
So you would do still damage with your impact.
And on this side, you have to go here the long way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have 10 attacks. I need 3 or under. And
That looks
that's
so neat.
and I have flurry, so I get to reroll. So that's 8 total. Now you have a defense of 3, -1 because I have a cleave of 1, so 1s and 2s.
Is the shield doing anything for me?
It usually does, but when I have a cleave of 1, so I negate the shield.
Okay.
Because the shield gives you a +1, and the cleave gives you -1.
Okay.
So it's as if you didn't have it.
Yeah. So, 1s and 2s.
1 and 2. Let's see.
That looks
Ooh.
good.
Alright, so that was 5 guys are out.
Ooh.
And you take 5 resolve tests.
Yeah.
You have a resolve of 2, +1, 3 because it's a large regiment, -1 because I'm terrifying.
That's
So that's 3 more.
3 more. Okay.
Alright, that was
Still pretty okay.
still pretty okay. Still a lot of attacks coming my way. Alright, so that was my first action. And you
Okay.
draw your next card.
My first action are the Steel Legion.
The Steel Legion.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a first action they have to rally because they were broken last turn.
Yeah.
And as a second action you can attack.
How do I rally?
It's automatic.
Okay.
You believe in yourself, and you feel confident, and that's all it takes.
Okay. Good. Then the second action, they attack.
4s and under. That's 3 hits.
Ooh, that's
Now
pretty
I
good.
only have a defense of 3, and you have a cleave of 2, so only once. That's gonna hurt. That's 3 wounds.
Yeah.
So 6, 7.
Oh,
Another question right now. Could I have moved them out of combat?
Yes,
Okay.
you're gonna take a lot of hits, but it's,
So you can attack me another
yeah.
time when I
Yeah.
move out of. Okay.
and I take 3 resolve tests. I took 2 more wounds.
That looks pretty good
So
to me.
I am down to 1. My abomination is struggling. 4 guys did 5 wounds. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, so that will be my next turn, which would be the marksman clones. Okay, so the way this is going to go down is that I'm going to try and fire at the men at arms,
Yeah.
hoping that I will break them.
Okay.
So at least you're not going to get the bonus.
Okay.
so you can fire into close combat. Okay.
I'm going to move further up as a first action, and I'm going to shoot all of my shots on the sides.
Yeah.
You can shoot in close combat, yes. You only need to be able to see your target clearly,
Okay.
and that's important because when we play a full game of Conquest, there's a lot of things to be gained by having ranged units firing at the flanks. but you need to remember that a lot of stuff is arriving from the sides.
Yeah.
So it's it's a good opportunity, but there's a lot of risk. So I'm going in with 24 shots, a lot of stuff. So that's 6, that's 10, 5, it's 20, 24 shots total. Alright, a lot of dice. Let's see. We need 1s and 2s. And that was a very interesting shot. That was interesting.
Yeah.
How many 5s and 6s, man? Look at that. We need to make another game that you roll high. Like, okay, we'll put in the plans. Alright, so you take four rolls. Now, the sealed only works from the front.
Yeah.
So now that I'm hitting you from the side, it doesn't work.
Okay.
So you only have saves on 1s and 2s.
Okay.
So that's so that's 3 guys out. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to break you because I did not remove a whole stand. That was pretty good, and that's probably going to be the end of the abomination. But what can we do? All right, so that was my 2 actions. You get to draw your next card.
It's the Household Knights.
The Household Knights.
I wanted to see them attacking at these
All
ones.
right. So as a first action, you can come in a little bit like this, like here. You can shuffle to the side.
Like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have March of 8, so if you move 4 inches to the side, you're good.
Yeah.
And then you can see enough of my side to charge me.
Yeah.
The way this would work is that you would go through the Steel Legion, and then you get to freely pivot and come into contact.
Okay.
So for example, this guy would come here.
Yeah.
The next guy will come about here. And the last guy comes right here.
Okay.
So that was 2 actions. However, during the charge, you also get to do impacts, and they have pretty good impact. It says brutal impact.
2.
On the 2.
Yeah.
So that's like cleave, but for impact attacks.
Okay.
So how many attacks do you have? What's the?
I have 4 attacks.
4 each. So half of that is your impact. So that's 2, 4, and only 1 because he's supporting.
Okay.
Okay. So you have a class of 2. You have a class of 2. You roll. You need 1s and 2s.
Yeah.
And that's
There's
1. And now I have 1 defense roll to see if I can make it. I have defense of 1. Let's see. And the abomination.
That looks good to me.
There it is. Good game, sir.
Yeah.
So we've decided to make a post game with these fine miniatures on
the table.
Yeah. Jacob, how we like the game? I think you can start because you've played it and you've played it for the first time.
I like the game pretty much. Let me say this first. I like the cards because you can put them to your units. Yeah, that's the wrong card for the wrong unit. You got the stat line always to watch for. The cards are small enough to not lay around on the table somewhere blocking any terrain or something. And like I used them to show where I activated my units now.
Yeah.
To keep an overview for myself, which I also think is a pretty great thing about this. And I also, like, I'm sort of the digital generation already. We grew up with smartphones and stuff, and I also like the QR thing pretty much.
I'll tell you, the QR is these cards. The only real use is to know when a regiment plays. So, for example, we wanted to put a little bit of extra, usability there. So when we're playing the Household Knights, the crossbows, and so on. But then if you'd like, let's say, a regiment from the orders, right? These elite units, you would have to get a priority commander, which is a different character that unlocks these regiments.
Yeah.
So the first thing you do is that you get a character. That character unlocks up to 4 regiments. You take as many regiments as you like, and then you move on to the next character. So it's like making small lists that together build a larger list.
Yeah.
And then you choose one character to be your warlord.
Do you have restrictions, or can be the one character from the
take the household knights, and the other one can use the what is this faction called?
The spy. These are the spires, and the
Okay.
regiment is the brute drones.
Okay.
So every character, yes, unlocks 4 regiments, as we said,
Yeah.
and there are mainstay and restricted choices.
Okay. Yeah.
So, for example, the household knights are a restricted choice. If you want to have 1 regiment of household knights, you need to have at least 1 mainstay. So, if I want 1 unit of knights, I need 1 unit of men at arms.
Okay.
If I want a 2nd regiment of knights, then I need a 2nd regiment of men at arms.
Yeah.
Right? Because restricted in the regiments in the lore are things that this character specifically does not have a lot of access to.
Yeah.
Right? They might be harder to find or expensive in the lore.
Yeah. For example,
The full
guys with big
armor
armors
knights,
and
yeah.
horses.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or for example, a regiment could be a mainstay for one character and a restricted for another one.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And do I have some what the opposite of sub factions? An over like order or
Like bigger
no.
ally bound.
yeah. But my question is, can I mix up these humans with this?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So right now you only play with what is in your army.
Okay.
So the 100 Kingdoms, you play with all the stuff from the 100
Yeah.
Kingdoms, and there's a lot of stuff coming.
Okay, yeah,
so
that's
a
nice.
lot of stuff to choose from. But yeah, you play with the things that are in your army.
Okay. So there's no one that can mix the hardest units from this faction and the hardest units from this faction to one army that.
No,
Goes over you.
It has to be from the same faction.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, but just from the rules, it would be possible if you introduce a new character, for example, that's using both. Yeah.
Yeah, in the lore is something that we put a lot of effort. We've been working on this game for 3.5 years before
Yeah.
we launched it. And in the lore, that's a few spoilers here. There are a lot of characters, that used to be part of one faction.
Yeah,
Then
like-
they went on their own. They have their own force. They do not belong. They're very close to one faction, but they don't belong necessarily in it.
Yeah, that's
Right?
exactly what I
And
meant.
they might have their own things that they come with, and their own, let's say, potential factions they can join. So there, in the future, there's going to be a lot of cool stuff.
Okay.
Okay. Nice. Right now there are 4 factions that people
right.
can play with. Are there more factions played? Can you spoil something or?
Okay, so right now we have the 100 Kingdoms, the humans. We have the Spires. This is our take on the Elves. Then we have the Dwegum, which is more of a dwarf faction. Then we have the Nords, which is big, muscly guys coming
Yeah.
down from longboats. They're
Yeah,
there to take no prisoners. That they bring all these monsters, these giants, and everything. And then the next faction that will come out, it's our orcs.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But however, think orcs that are intelligent,
Okay.
upright. They're a little bit Aztec and Maya and ride dinosaurs.
That sounds
That
great.
sounds pretty awesome.
They bring some mean monsters onto the
Okay.
table. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
Okay.
I think I'm through with my questions. Is there something special that you think that the people who view this video should know about this game that we've already missed to ask?
Yes. This
Okay.
is the best game and they should play it.
Okay, yeah.
It's a great game. They should try it out.
And I think it's a great game for all those players who always roll very
No.
bad and poor on other tabletop games.
I used to say that as well, and then I started playing, and then I always rolled high.
Yeah.
So there's no winning with me. I don't know what I can do. But yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then I think we're done with this battle report.
Yeah, I guess so.
And we've got another small video that we'll link below, where everyone can see the other 2 factions.
Yeah.
You've brought them with you, and on this time, I think we switched to German. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet unfassbar viel Spaß damit. Ich bin echt von dem System total begeistert. gerade auch dieser Teil, dass man keinen kompletten Zug hat,
Ja.
sondern das über das Kartensystem, das fast wie bei einem Skirmisher ist.
Und vor allem, in den meisten Systemen, wo du abwechselnd aktivierst, aktivierst du zufällig.
Genau,
Ich kann mir aussuchen und
Richtig.
finde ich auch super strategisch. Ich muss mir vor
Ja.
Spielzugbeginn aussuchen,
Genau,
in welcher
genau.
Reihenfolge ich aktiviere.
Richtig.
I agree.
Ja,
Ja.
das ist mega, mega gut gemacht. Ich persönlich, man kennt die Reviews von den Minis am Anfang, zumindest bemalt. Ich kann es nochmal aus dem Nahen zeigen. Sehen die echt
Die
gut aus?
sind echt cool geworden, ja.
Sind die echt großartig geworden. Wir zeigen euch, wie gesagt, auch noch die anderen Armeen da. Und der Mechanismus mit Einsen und Zweien ist schon... Der ist lustig.
Er kommt mir zugute, ne?
Genau. Und für ein Rank-and-File-System finde ich es trotzdem auch noch relativ viel Dynamik mit dabei.
Ja.
Wie gesagt, ich hoffe, ihr konntet hier einen relativ schnieken Ersteindruck bekommen, wie das Spiel als solches funktioniert. Denn Bilder hat man irgendwie viele gesehen, Berichte gab es auch schon. Ich finde es großartig, jetzt auch das Ganze mal auf Kamera binden zu können.
Und es mal selber ausprobieren.
Genau. Wenn ihr mehr Informationen haben wollt, hier unten drunter seht ihr jetzt gleich halt noch die anderen Fraktionen. Und natürlich auch die Homepage vom Spiel, die verlinken wir euch auch dazu. Sagen an dieser Stelle schon mal herzlichen Dank für eure Aufmerksamkeit und bis zum nächsten Mal. Immer fahren.
Weiter moschen.
So schaut's aus.